Video 2. Adding people, organizations, and your first case. Hi there, and welcome to Trace Engine. In this video, we'll walk through how to add organizations and people into the system so you can easily attach them to cases. We'll then take you step by step through creating your very first case in Polonious. If you're looking for something specific, you can jump straight to it using the bookmarks below. And remember, you can always reach out using the contact details on the help page or book a free help session if you'd prefer one-on-one support. Let's get started. Adding other companies. Now, let's go back to the Organizations menu. If you want to add a new organization, such as a client, you can do so using the plus symbol here. It'll open up a screen much like the one we were just on for your company, but it will be completely blank for you to fill out the details. Start by selecting Company Type. In here, you can enter clients, investigation companies, which you can use for your subcontractors, or general companies, which you can use for third parties, lawyers, insurance companies, and so on, as well as subject companies, which you are investigating. Adding people. Next, let's go to the Person menu on the left and add a person. Click on the menu item, then click Search. You'll see a list of all the example people come up. But let's create our own. Click on the plus again to open up a new person entry. As with organizations, select the person type. Client contacts, i.e. the person you're speaking to at the client company you set up on the other screen. Field agents, persons of interest, investigators. Staff, as in back office admin staff who aren't doing investigations, and external contacts, which is another generic type for people who don't fit neatly into other categories, e.g. a police officer who you're speaking to regarding a case. Fill out all of the other fields. Open address fields using the pen and paper icon to expand more fields. And you can see when we're filling out a person of interest, then at the bottom here, there's a bunch of optional fields about identifying characteristics, which will be helpful when finding and identifying the person in the field. Note again that all these details will carry over to future cases, so if you get the same POI again in the future, you have a starting point for your searches. Depending on how you like to work, you may like to add certain persons and organizations now as part of your setup process, for example, regular clients, investigators, and staff, so that they can be easily attached to cases when you start creating them. Alternatively, everyone needed for a case can be added as you create the case, which is especially useful if, for example, you're adding a case and attaching existing clients and investigators to it, but adding a new person of interest. Adding cases. To add a new case, click on the Add New Case button on the left. The first set of drop-down lists are what we call organization levels. These help you divide up cases by location, state, and line of business. The line of business you select will then determine what case type you can choose. For example, case code lets you break it down a little further. Status gives you a broad view of where the case is at. This feeds through to your dashboards, so you can quickly see how all your cases are tracking. And it also determines which actions are available, helping you follow a smooth process. The case description is generated automatically using the case number and subject's name, but you can type in your own if you prefer. The parent case field lets you link related cases. For example, if you've got a field call following a locate, you can link them together. That way, it's much easier to move between them and manage them at the same time. In the next column, you'll find spaces for any client references or external references, like a police report number. Below that, there are two notes fields you can use however you like. Most users enter client instructions in the first, and then investigator instructions, or any special requirements in the second. On the right, we have a number of key dates that you can use to set KPIs for when you want the investigation complete or the report due, and the client specified due date. Date closed will automatically populate when you complete the case. Now let's move on to adding people. As I mentioned earlier, people exist independently of cases, and we attach them through roles. Roles describe how a person relates to a case. For example, someone could be a subject in one case and a witness in another, or a lead investigator in one and a secondary investigator in the next. This gives you a flexible way to build a history of each person across all their cases. Just by opening their record, you'll see their full background, whether that's client history, subject history, including any red flags, or investigator performance over time. To add people to roles, start typing in the field and it will search as you type. You can then select from the list. Or, if the person isn't already in the system, you can add them directly from here using the plus icon. A small form will pop up where you can enter some basic details. Later, you can go to their full record if you want to add more. To save, just click the plus again, then close the window. Adding organizations on the right here works exactly the same way. You can search for existing ones or add a new one with the plus symbol. Down here, we have all the data fields specific to each case type. I won't go through them all here as they change depending on what case type you select, but you have all the standard formats like text and number fields, date fields, option lists, and so on. Now click Save, and that's it. You've created your first case. You're now ready to take advantage of our powerful, time-saving workflow features.